Gentlemen, welcome to episode 23 of Speak On It, the LeBron episode, that guy from Chicago episode.
The Jordan episode, Air Highness episode too. Can't forget him. We got it. I love me some Bron. Y'all know this one of my all-time favorites. Love me some Bron, but Air Highness, got to salute to him too.
I'm your host, Danny Ocean, and as always, I'm joined by the smoothest man on the planet, Losdeemix. How you living?
Hey man, you already know when you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Losdeemix. Woo, that thing smooth like a baby. Huh? Look at this fade. See, they can't really grasp this full waviness in its entirety, but it's wavy on this side, people. You know, we just living good as always. Danny Ocean, it's a pleasure to be joined by you. I'm sitting here. I'm predicting. I'll talk about it later. What's good?
Speaking of LeBron and Jordan, did you watch Space Jam?
I did watch Space Jam. I didn't think it was bad. I liked it. I was like, hey,
I liked it too.
I liked it. I liked it. So
I enjoyed it.
I thought the storyline was like decent. I mean, I had to remember, like, I'm 25 years old. This movie won't for me. It won't made for me. So as I'm watching, I was like, all right, I can vibe with this. I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, following along. I like it. Thought it had me. I had a couple moments where I was chuckling a little bit. You know, I was like, y'all stupid. You know what I'm talking about?
I will say, like, the real villain of the movie is LeBron, because all he had to do was believe in his son, and this never would have happened.
So that means you catching the overall message that he was trying to send. You know what I'm saying? Right. He trying to humanize himself a little bit. You know.
To be fair, my wife and I watched the original Space Jam as well to prep or after. And yeah, I like the second one a little bit more. The first one was it's a low key dirty Mac because Michael Jordan kissed his wife on Space Jam the movie. Like, he comes home from baseball practice, she's in the front yard, and he kissed her, and there's no need to kiss her. The movie's PG. Jordan was just dirty Macking. Jordan was just on screen.
Yo, are you dead ass about to do this right now?
I'm just saying it was.
That movie was from 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter. Did you see LeBron kiss his wife in the field? No, he didn't. Yo, Jordan walked up and just, hey, baby.
You is wild. You know that.
I'm just saying.
You was wild for that.
Fine, someone tell me the lie. Jordan gets out the car, kisses his on-screen wife, and there was no need for it. As always, the show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to goingfor2.com for all your daily fantasy needs. Football is 8 weeks away, so start prepping for fantasy. Shout out to Cam Akers. Sorry about your Achilles. I know fantasy Twitter was on fire today talking about his Achilles. It's sad. Hope it gets better soon. See you next year. Do you want to jump into it?
I'm ready, brother. I'm ready like spaghetti made by Freddie. Ooh, okay. I'm in that mode.
Okay, so Jared's kind of hinted to topic one. The finals. Game 6 is tonight. The Bucks are up 3-2. They're at home. Do you think they close it out? Who wins finals MVP? And if they lose, does Chris Paul deserve this slander that's coming his way?
Woo!
Take your time. Preach, Pastor.
Had to take a sip of some drink on that one. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. First off, before I start at the beginning, let's rewind some. Watch how I'm doing this. Last time we talked, was the finals? Was it 2-up or were they down 2-1?
It was 2. No, we spoke 2 weeks ago. I am sure it was 1-0 because I said if the Suns win, yes, Suns were at 1-0.
Realize since our last game, the Bucks have basically went 3-1 in that stretch, including 3 straight wins. They at home. They know they got to treat this like a game 7. I think it's a wrap tonight.
You think it's a wrap?
I think it's a wrap tonight. I think the Bucks I think the Bucks are going to pull this one off just because I think they've started to figure this team out. I think they know what they got to do, and I think they know if they don't win tonight, it's going to be spooky to go back to Phoenix. It's going to be spooky. They know this is going they know Phoenix is going to come out. Phoenix is going to come out hot. They're going to come out with that heat, with that hammer form. Pause. They'll come out with that hammer form, with that thing on. But I think the Bucks are going to fight back, take the lead. I think Giannis wins Finals MVP. Then we're going to have discussion on his resume because it's mad impressive. It would be mad impressive. Does CP3 deserve the slander?
You know the answer to that question. You don't have to be polite. This is not a safe space.
Hey, my man said it's not a safe space. But let me tell you something. It's gonna get spooky with the agendas for Chris Paul. I don't even want to say I would really indulge in said agendas, but CP3, man, take him to a game 7, man. I'm gonna say it right now. If the Suns win, which at the moment I do not think they will, but if the Suns win, I'm going to bank my money that Chris Paul had maybe the game of his career.
That's fair.
Because this is do or die time, right? You can almost guarantee, I think, that at some point the Suns, after Chris Paul leaves, whenever that may be, will be back in the finals. But you can't guarantee that Chris Paul himself will be back in the finals, right? So I think if they are able to keep this team together, who knows what they can do next year? But it's going to be spooky because you have some teams getting healthy. Lakers. But, you know what I'm saying? I think we can't guarantee that the Suns are going to be back. No team's guaranteed, right? We all thought Miami was going to be that team coming out of the East, and Milwaukee didn't even let them win a game. So, you know, I think the big storyline, you know, maybe to what Jeff was talking about, Jared was talking about, excuse me, you know, Drew's been locking him down on the defensive end, and it's a storyline. It's a storyline, but I think at the end of the day, the bigger storyline is going to be Chris Paul not being able to get it done when this was his moment. You know, it seemed like everything was pointing his way. I'm just saying.
So I've been on the fence about this all day. I can see the Suns winning in 7, and then I saw that Scott Foster is the referee, and that Chris Paul is 0-6 in the playoffs when Scott Foster is the lead official.
It's that's what pushed the legacy game. They saying.
And that's what pushed me over the head. I think the Bucks will win tonight, and I think they dominate. I think they dominate. I think you're right that the Bucks may come out. Not the Bucks, the Suns come out on a little 10-12-0 run, and then after that, it's going to be the Giannis show. I think this is going to be over by the end of the third. We are all going to be pleasantly surprised that we can go to bed at a reasonable hour. If you don't watch the trophy ceremony, Malika Andrews would be the youngest person to host the NBA Finals trophy ceremony. Shout out to her. She has been through a lot. So shout out to her. She's going to host her first NBA Finals ceremony.
Yes, she is. Shout out.
No, we're not doing that. I was saying it with all due respect, and you were saying it like Mark Jackson's. You are Mark Jackson right now.
With all due respect, as in with all due respect. That's not the Mike. You know, that's not the Coach Jackson one. Not necessarily.
And then I think Giannis wins in Finals MVP. This talk of Chris Middleton winning Finals MVP is absurd. No disrespect to Chris Middleton, but
why do you absurd? Because why do you think it's absurd? I just want to, I want to hear your thought process.
There's no way that you're going to sit here and tell me that a 2-time regular season back-to-back MVP is not going to win Finals MVP over a guy who barely makes the All-Star team. But, and that's no disrespect to Chris, because Chris he's been the closer.
I picked Giannis to win Finals MVP, so I agree with you. But I'm just saying, one can make an argument that Chris Middleton, in some of the most clutch moments of the Bucks postseason, he was that dude, including in this series.
There has been one person on national television making that argument, and you can Google him and you listen to his argument and you tell me if you still believe that.
Oh, man. Who is that guy again?
I don't know. He works at the 4 letters. Carry on. But if we're talking about the Chris Paul slander, I am with you. I will not be participating, but I will be laughing because Chris Paul tried to take out. Because Chris Paul tried another dirty Chris Paul play the other night when Giannis went up for that oop. And if he gets caught.
Okay, so run me through it. Why was everyone saying that was a dirty play? I saw it. I didn't necessarily maybe agree. I thought maybe someone could explain it to me. I don't know. Holler at me with that one.
I mean, it's so Chris couldn't recover in time, and Giannis is in midair, and he pushes him. Like Giannis has to hold on to the rim to avoid a nasty fall. Like Chris Paul pushes it, and you can say the same thing with Chris Paul. I mean, Giannis is the same thing to Devin Booker, Game 5. It was the same play, just different people in reverse. Because, Jared, come on, man. But
the CB3 had, oh man.
But that was, I mean, is it the reason why I don't think it's Chris Paul's reputation that makes it seem dirty because, again, what was it, Game 2, he's driving to the basket, he has a wide open lane, he sees Giannis behind him, and he stops trying to draw the foul and, stops right in his hyperextended knee. Like, that's the kind of stuff Chris Paul is known for. So when plays that are questionable happen, like that alley-oop, people are going to lean towards it's him being dirty again, trying to take Giannis out. Because Giannis does the same play to Booker Game 5, and no one has said, "Hey, that's dirty," because Giannis doesn't have the reputation of being a dirty player.
You're talking about the stopping in front of him intentionally drawing the foul. Sort of.
I'm talking about Devin Booker's alley-oop Game 5, and Giannis does the exact same play that Chris does to him. It kind of like pushes him, but Giannis doesn't have that reputation, so we don't. That was kind of under the rug.
They did call it, right?
They called it, yeah. They called the foul. But no one was like, "Oh man, Giannis is dirty. Giannis is doing something suspect."
So, how do you feel about people saying this is the Scott Foster legacy game?
I think it's funny. It's part of the jokes, man. Like, the thing about Chris Paul is he's going to get a lot of criticism because throughout the season, whenever the Suns have been good, he's gotten the lion's share of the praise. Right? Every time the Suns are good, it's Chris Paul's leadership. Yeah, that's all we've heard is Chris Paul's leadership, and he's an excellent leader. Well, my guy, if you come in these streets and lose 4 in a row in the NBA Finals, the streets are coming for you, and they're going to drag you in the sewer like the It Clown. That's them the rules, dog. I don't make them. You going in the sewer and you gonna stay there.
Because when the Suns went up 2-0, we were just like,
yeah, I thought it was over.
I was like, Lord. And then you saw the output of Game 3, and then you was like, oh. And then Game 4 happened, and then you were like, okay, now. And then they went up there. They went out west to Game 5, and now I'm like,
Game 5 was the hammer. Like Game 5 was the we better than you. Pause. I'm sorry. Game 5 was the hammer.
Kyle was good too, by the way. I didn't mean
Research. Welcome back. You've been on a sabbatical, man. Welcome.
He said that man been on a sabbatical. What's good, Kyle?
Yeah, the street's coming for Chris Paul if he loses tonight. Like if he pushes it to a Game 7, he might get a bit of a pass. But if he loses tonight, and if he loses the way I think they're gonna lose and get dominated, oh yeah, they come.
It's for some reason I just take some sort of I feel some type of way when you say when he take it and he gonna get dominated. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
And let me preemptively apologize to Giannis because I said the go gadget, drive my shoulder in your chest offense wasn't working. Damn it, if it ain't worked 3 games in a row, it's gonna work for a 4th one tonight. My bad, Giannis. I was disrespectful to the nth degree. Dog, you got it. You the dude. You that dude. I'm sorry.
Dude. So that dude. Do you think let's just say if the Bucks okay, we got a few comments in here, so let me pause. So Jared said what's crazy about the Suns, Booker has had back-to-back 40 burgers and lost. Yeah, that's
the only play to do that.
Which is why when you think about it, because that's why I was saying that if the Suns wins because Chris Paul had the game of his career, because it's clear Devin Booker just dropped 40 back-to-back. It's clear they ain't got an answer for him. So if Chris takes that next level, like he gets into his 0 dark 30 mode during this Game 6, we could be talking. This thing went to 7 games. Obviously, by the next time we're back on air, we will know a winner. But I'm just saying we could be having some discussions on the timeline on Thursday. But I think based off of last 3 games, I think the Bucks figured them out. Pause. Kyle said, "Big vacation here, apparently. Any research from previous episodes you want me to do?"
We had a big research one 2 weeks ago. I just forgot what it was. You and I had a big question 2 weeks ago, and I completely forgot what we were talking about.
It had to be NBA related.
It was. I just completely forgot. To be honest, my brain is smoked. Let's transition to another hooper who I'm very intrigued in because his future is going to alter the future of the Dallas Mavericks forever. So Damian Lillard, over the weekend, he made waves when a rumor broke of his potential trade request out of Portland. Dame came out, denied the rumors, but he did acknowledge that the team has some ways to go before they're considered true title contenders. Does Dame have a point, or do you think this is something that should be kept in-house between Dame and the Blazers?
Okay, I got to sit up for this one. Giannis broke MJ's record for points in the finals quarter, and they lost. Shows basketball is still a team sport. Talk to me, Kyle. I completely agree with that. To answer your question about Dame, I do think he has a point. I think if you look at the way maybe Portland has been structured, albeit they have had some injuries, but I'm thinking after the last couple of years, maybe he has a point. Clearly Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum are not enough, right? And you're bringing in guys like the Enes Kanter of the world who are, maybe good offensively, but then you don't have maybe a defensive, alternate sub-in if possible. Nurkic obviously was really good, but you've got some health injuries. I think maybe it's time to reconstruct this roster. Maybe chat with Dame. Yo, what do you think you need? Because if not, he's gonna get on trade me train. He's gonna be calling up the 76ers saying, "Yo, get me to Philly," and then it's gonna be real spooky hours out east. Seems like everyone's trying to run from. Nah, I ain't gonna say it.
Nah, say it. Say it. Say it.
Saying, man, it seems like everyone seems to be running from a 23, but this is the 23rd episode, so let me stop. Do
you think he should have kept this in-house, or do you think he was right bringing this public?
Were they going to do it if he didn't bring it public?
Right.
Clearly, based off of history, the answer is no. Now, hey, they got to do something. Now, what that something is remains to be seen. I think when does free agency start? Got to be like
August. Second week in August, maybe first week. I know it's early. I think it's early August.
Season starts the 19th of October.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that is a quick turnaround, especially with the Olympics. My God.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think I read somewhere.
I mean, it's probably right. I'm saying that's a real quick turnaround, especially for the cats in the Olympics. Like that, you get no rest.
Research. Can we look into that?
Yeah, research. When does the NBA season start?
Jared said Nurk was vocal on Twitter saying that's all a smokescreen. Are we sure about that? Oh no, yeah, he said that tweet request. Yeah, he did say that. He said that was all cap. I do remember that. I'm here to say the Wolves find a way to land Simmons and have a legit big four.
Dog, the Wolves aren't winning anything. Y'all get out of here with this. The Timberwolves aren't winning anything. How many top picks do the Timberwolves need to be good? Miss me with that shit. They're not going to be good ever.
We don't know that. We can't say that.
I can say that. I can say that with full confidence. The Timberwolves will never be good.
Confidence. I think, excuse me, Jared, to your point, I think if the Timberwolves are able to get Simmons, they would not have a big four because they would have to trade someone in their big three.
Yeah, so what you're going to have to give up Ant because you're not going to trade Cat because that doesn't make sense. So you have to give up Ant for Ben Simmons. You want to trade Ant for Ben Simmons? So you have Russ, Ben, and Cat. What's that going to do in the West? Get smoked by LeBron. Easy. That's an easy LeBron pack.
Are we okay? So it is our. So my thing is that let me ask you something. Does it seem like players are running from LeBron, AD, and the Lakers?
To a degree, yes. I mean, but isn't that always the case?
Okay, let's speak on it.
Well, first of all, Jared, can you put in the chat this 3-team deal that gets the Timberwolves Ben Simmons without giving up Cat, Ant, or D'Angelo Russell? Because I'd really like to see who gets hoodwinked in that trade. That's crazier than my trade to the Mavericks where Dame Lillard needs to go.
Trade.
So to the question is let me see. So the Blazers' biggest trade piece is CJ McCollum. What can you get for CJ? Can you get a legit all-star or someone of a higher caliber than CJ in a trade? Probably not. So Dame, you need to tell your agent that you want to be a Dallas Maverick and you want to go play with the Wonder Kid.
See, here you come with this Maverick bullshit. Let it go.
Dog, we getting a superstar.
It ain't happening, Cap. You don't see me coming up here saying Kuzma, Dennis, pick here, Blazers. You don't see me coming up here with my silly Lakers propaganda. You got to stop. The Mavs ain't getting.
Okay, well, fine.
Okay.
Let's say
where do we go?
Let's say Philly. Oh, he has to get traded. Like he did. He walked up to the line. He did everything but say, "Get me out of here." This team is not good enough to win a title. Is code for "Get me out of here." I don't want to be here anymore. I don't. That's as clear as it gets without saying. Like, there's no turning back. Dame's going to get traded. There's no.
I see. I don't think that though. You don't think that? I don't think he's going to get traded because I think they're going to do something to improve the roster.
What can they do though? Your biggest trade chip is a small ball guard who gets dominated in the playoffs and then gets on Twitter and drinks wine and talks about the playoffs.
But he's still a legitimate playmaking guard, and you can potentially package him maybe with another player and some picks. You can maybe get somebody who might fit Dame's skill set better. So
what does Dame need then? And what is out there that can complement Dame? What Dame needs a rim running big that can protect the rim, right? Like he needs an athletic big. So how many athletic bigs are out there and available to trade for that?
I think I'm sorry, I'm reading this comment in the chat from Jared.
Jared dropped the
So we told Jared to speak on what a potential Ben Simmons to the Timberwolves trade would be. He says a 3-team deal. So listen to this. He says basically the 76ers get Michael Beasley, Kyle Lowry, 2 first rounds. The Wolves get Ben Simmons. The Wolves just get Ben Simmons, I guess. Raptors get salary match, Ricky Rubio, and a few picks. And Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, the Raptors are getting swindled. Wow, on earth. Like, what kind of picks are the Raptors getting? When did the Wolves pick? I would say, what's the Wolves pick this year?
They would have to get first for,
It'd have to be top 3.
Yeah, top 3 protected, right?
Well, I'm trying to see. So, let's see. The Timberwolves this year, where are they? Oh, their pick is number 7, but it goes to Golden State. Yeah, like who says yes to? Why would the Raptors say yes to that?
I'm also curious as to why the Raptors would say yes to that.
Yeah, why would the Raptors? Of course, the Sixers will get Beasley. So that's 2. That's a funky roster. So Lowry's your 1, Beasley's your 2, Joel's your 5. Seth Curry and Tobias. I mean, I don't see why the Raptors and the Wizards would help the Sixers get better.
That's such a hilarious way to put it. I don't know why the Raptors.
Take our. I mean, it could happen. Like Jared, I like where your head is at. I just don't know why the Raptors would do it, and I don't know why I don't know why they would do it though. But Dame,
I don't think they'd be looking for Ricky Rubio in replace of Kyle Lowry, because I think at that point you might as well just keep Kyle Lowry, right?
Like, do you think Thibault is that nice? Like him and Siakam, they're kind of the same dude.
No, because Thibault is more defense. He doesn't do as much as Pascal does on the offensive boards.
Jared, Jared is really selling this trade.
They have 3 players that are all not stars. Who are these players?
We're talking about the Raptors? Jared,
I mean, like maybe if you include Van Vliet in some of these trade talks now, you may be talking about something. You know?
But again, like these teams are giving all this to the Sixers. That's a dynasty. Beasley, Van Vliet, Joel, Tobias, like the Sixers are going to have to give up something. Like they just not going to walk away at this joint scot-free and get Kyle Lowry and Beal and just have to give up Thibault. No, dog, you giving me Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
you giving me something.
Yeah, because wait, who would they be trading? Who would they be getting?
So let's go back up to Jared's.
Because you have to match the salaries.
Yeah, so Jared is saying the Sixers would get Beasley. I keep saying Bradley Beal, my bad. Beasley, Lowry, 2 first-round picks. The Wolves get Simmons, and the Raptors get the salary match with Rubio and a few picks and Thibault.
But why would you want Ricky Rubio to replace your Kyle Lowry? I
think Jared is saying that the Raptors go into tank mode. It sounds like he thinks the Raptors just going to, because that's the only way the Raptors can build a title contender, because they're not going to get all-star. Like no one's going to. Who in free agency trying to go to Toronto? Kawhi Leonard won a title and ran. No offense, Kyle. Like I know you're a Raptors fan,
but they got Drizzy Drake though.
Drake don't even be in Toronto.
I mean, no. The thing about Toronto is they got a good core. You know, they got a good core. I think. Hell, it wouldn't surprise me if Chris Paul next went from Phoenix to Toronto.
Oh no, Chris Paul, if he's smart, he opted into that last year of his contract, that $36.7 million. I think it's 36 points.
You don't think he'll get it somewhere else?
Nah, not after this. Like if they lose 4 in a row and he get cooked 4 games in a row, nah, dog, he opted in before they leave Milwaukee.
How sure are you all this? Toronto is a better city than some of the shitty smaller market teams in the state.
Oh, I'm not down that, Cal. I'm just saying the winner.
Who the hell wants to go to Minnesota? He meant that. He said, who the hell wants to go to Minnesota?
Yeah, who the hell want to go to Minnesota? That's a great question.
Jared said they got 3 non-stars making star. He's basically saying they got 3 non-superstars making superstar money. They're going to go into the OKC type rebuild. He's talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Listen. I'm going to go on the record and say I don't like the way Oklahoma City is rebuilding their team. I know they got 1 million picks from now until 2027.
And for what?
Hey, dog, what did Danny Ainge do with all those picks? What did all those picks turn into? Him losing his job to Brad Stevens. Them picks don't mean nothing if the guy picking it don't know what he's doing.
Don't have a damn clue what he's doing.
But hey,
shame.
Let's talk about some football because the season is 8 weeks away.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what I've been kind of looking. I know if you're watching me, you're wondering what the hell he's looking. I'm looking at some NFL stuff over here. So I'm here making sure I'm here with you. Go ahead.
So Kyle and Jared, thank you for your NBA draft scenarios. You guys are future GMs, but the season is 8 weeks away. So each week from now, D and I are going to preview every division. We're going to have some questions, records, division MVP, stuff like that. And tonight we're going to start with the division that really, I think no one really cares about out of these 4 teams. We're going to start in the AFC South. So D, the first question is, what's the record of each team for you in the AFC South and who is the division winner?
AFC South, I don't know if this one's going to be a surprise. Okay, so I think would be first, just to make sure everyone's tracking here. This year, there will be a total of 17 weeks, which means 16 games.
No, 18 weeks, 17 games.
18 weeks, 17 games. Okay, 18 weeks, 17 games. Okay, So AFC South, I actually have the number 1 overall seed being the Tennessee Titans. I have them right now winning their last 2 games. So I would call it would be what, 13-5?
13-5. It would be 12-5.
12-5. I have them coming in at 12-5. Then I have the Colts coming in at 10-7.
Okay.
Then I have the Jags coming in at 8-9. And the Houston Texans coming in at 6-11.
Wow. You have a lot of hope in Houston. So for me, I'm gonna go work.
Hold on. Why you gotta say it like that?
That's gonna, we'll talk about that when we talk about the biggest storylines in a second. So I'm gonna go worst to best. I have the Jaguars and the Texans going 4-13 next year. And then I have the Colts going 8-9, and I have the Titans running away with this division at 13-4.
So we're both in agreement here that the Titans are going to be the class of this AFC South. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you something. Why do you think that is?
The Titans? Oh, because their offense is so balanced now, man. Like, they lost Jonnu Smith, right? Like, that's a big loss. But, dog, you got Julio to your right, A.J. Brown to your left, and Derrick Henry in your backfield. Like, what is the defense going to do? Like, you don't even need an all-pro.
Right? You got to guard somebody, but everyone's too uncoverable.
So what are you going to do? Play zone? All right, here's Derrick Henry down your throat for 6. Oh, you want to play man some weak cover 1? Yeah. My fault.
Yo, y'all saw how casually my man just moonwalked across that?
Well, the Titans will run the ball effectively if you're in zone. What are you going to? You want to go? You're going to go play some nickel against Julio and AJ. Even if you do play nickel, okay, fine. We're going to give it to Derrick Henry again. Like, that offense is going to be so balanced that no team, especially no team in the AFC South, is going to do. I have the Titans sweeping the division with ease.
Sweeping it with ease. And walk me through your records again, just to make sure. I was trying to compare it to mine.
Okay, so I have the Titans winning at 13-4.
Okay.
I have the Colts at 8-9. And then I have the Texans and the Jaguars at 4-13.
So I'm hearing it again. I have a lot more confidence. Talk me through, and I know we're going to get into biggest storylines next. Talk me through why you have the win total on the Texans being so low.
So I don't think Deshaun Watson plays at all this year. I think. So that, like, the NFL, even if we can transition to storyline, because this is the biggest storyline for me out of the AFC South. It's Deshaun Watson. Even if he settles these cases and there's no legal ramifications, the NFL is going to step in and they're going to drop the hammer and they're going to punish him. Like, the code of conduct said, it's essentially saying that if you disrespect the shield, we have the right to punish you. And the NFL has fumbled cases, violence against women. They fumbled these cases for 10 years. They're going to overcorrect at one point, or not overcorrect, but they're going to swing the other way. Pause. And at one point or another, and Deshaun Watson's going to be the example. I would not be surprised if the legal matters weren't settled until whatever mid-season, and I wouldn't be shocked if the NFL suspended him for the rest of it. Like, I think Deshaun Watson's time in Houston is done.
Okay, so I think in terms of which, by the way, that is an incredible. I commend you on that one, because I almost completely forgot about that being a big storyline. I think where my storyline kind of landed in this division, because again, I'm bringing back my records again. So I got the Titans at 12-5. Mm-hmm. Colts at 10-7. So I have both of those two teams making the playoffs, with the Titans being the number 1 overall seed.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Jags at 8-9, and I have the Texans at 6-11. I, on the other hand, think Why am I so high on the Texans? Is because I believe Deshaun will be playing after week 2.
Okay.
I think things will get figured out and he will be back on the field, much to the dismay of some and the praise of others. And I think from there they'll be 0-2, and I think they'll win some games and then they'll start losing some games. And with them, I think with Deshaun in the lineup, he's in the lineup, they can always be in a game. I just think they'll lose more of those games that they're in than they'll win.
Do you think the NFL punishes Deshaun?
Not this season.
Not this season. So you think even if it's settled out of court, it's all good on the legal side, they're going to punish him next year.
Next season, they're going to come down. They're going to wait till the off season. They're going to push it off. Wait until the off season, and when the off season comes, they're going to come down and say Deshaun Watson suspended first 6 games.
Okay. Cal, so I have them winning 4 games. How many games do you have them winning? I'm not high on the Texans at all. Their backfield is Phillip Lindsay, David Johnson, and Mark Ingram. That's it. They're going to come out and wing that.
I have the Texans winning 6 games, going 6-11.
Like, they're going to have to come out in the Wildcat if Deshaun doesn't play. Like that's where we're at.
Yo, now I think about it, I have them going. Listen to this.
16.
Wow, god damn. You don't think a professional football team could never mind. I was going to say, you don't think a professional football team could win more than 1 game? And I thought about it and I was like, no, they could. They get 1 against the Jags because Urban Meyer is awful. Chill on my man, Urban. Yo, so I'm going to ask you this, and this might lead to our breakout player, but in this division, I have the Colts actually having the best divisional record at 5-1. But and Tennessee coming in second, tied with the Jags at a 3-3 division record. But I think it's going to be because that Indy is going to be that wins all the divisional games and then barely wins their games outside the division. And I think with a quarterback like Carson Wentz, who I think is going to be the breakout player.
Interesting.
And Carson Wentz in that system, I think he's going to do pretty well. Put up pretty good numbers. They have some decent offensive players. I have Carson Wentz being the breakout player of that division.
So for me, I have the Titans going 5-1 in the division. I think I had them losing to Jacksonville. I think they play a Thursday night game against a division opponent on the road, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the game I had them losing in the division. I got the Colts at 4-2. I agree with you. I think they're going to do well in the division and kind of struggle out of the division. And let's see, I have the Texans going 2-4. I think they sweep the Jags, and I have the Jags going 1-5 because my other storyline is how quickly is Urban Meyer going to be dismissed from being the head coach of Jacksonville because he already tripping. I don't think Urban makes it to the end of the year. The Jags are going to be terrible. Listen, one of these 3 things is going to happen. Urban going to piss the players off, and they're like, you got to get out of here. Like, you suck. He's going to pull a Bobby Petrino because the USC job is going to open up or the Oklahoma job is going to open up. And he is going to be a thief in the night, and he's going to leave on a plane. Guys, I ain't going nowhere, and he's going to wake up in California. Like, that's Urban's MO. Oh, the third thing, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I think, and this is high-level conspiracy theory, I think whoever has the number 1 overall pick or top 4 is going to fire their coach, and they're going to go to Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma and say, you can draft Spencer Rattler, who's going to be a Heisman candidate this year, and you can bring your program from Oklahoma to, I don't know, Denver or whoever's drafting top 5. Lincoln Riley leaps at the opportunity. He goes to that NFL job. Urban Meyer has some sort of health issue. He got to quit coaching, and then 2 days later, he's going to be the head coach at Oklahoma. Because that is the Urban Meyer MO. Tell me I'm lying. And this is no disrespect, because he really does have, he be having health issues, but his stuff really be flaring up when it's time to leave.
Yo, did you just sit here and how did you come up with this?
because Urban Meyer. I mean, I'm not an Urban Meyer fan. I'm not. I'm just not an Urban fan. Like, I just don't get it. Like, he wins. Don't get me wrong, but look at the path of destruction he has left at every place he has ever been. Ohio State. What's his face? He only employed a man that abused his wife. Florida. That team was only together because they were winning, and Tim Tebow was praying consistently. Like Urban's track record in the destruction.
Because he was what?
Because Tim Tebow was praying the whole time that his team wouldn't get caught up so they could win. And Urban has the audacity to employ Tim Tebow. That was my last storyline, that man actually is taking up an NFL roster spot thanks to Urban. Both of them got to get out the paint.
Oh man, I hope, don't get me started on that hiring Tim Tebow one.
Mm-hmm.
I think no, I don't see all that happening. To be honest with you, I'm trying not to call you crazy, but I don't see all that happening.
Okay, that's fair.
I just think the Jags are going to be a half decent team. They're going to go. They got some positional players that are good. Trevor Lawrence are going to be good. 8-9, and just miss out on a playoff spot. Trevor Lawrence, rookie of the year, probably.
Okay, so I think you asked me my breakout player of the year, and G-Man J, if you're watching, this one's for you. My breakout player is Laviska Shenault, the Swiss Army knife down in Jacksonville. Say what you want about Urban, and I certainly have, but he knows how to run an offense, even though he's trying to turn Travis Etienne into this pass catcher that he really isn't, but that's a conversation for another day. I feel like he finds a way to unlock Laviska's his skill set, because that man is a beast, and he just needs someone to help him out. And Trevor Lawrence is the guy to help him out.
So staying in this Trevor Lawrence sort of MVP-ish sort of discussion, let's talk about the bigger general division again.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think will be the divisional MVP?
Let me scroll back up to a comment that Jared said, because this is going to be directed towards him. He said that Julio being in the division is the most unexciting move that people are excited about. I'm excited about it because I have A.J. Brown as the division MVP. That man is going to feast.
You said feast.
Feast. It's going to be Thanksgiving every Sunday for A.J. Brown. He was feasting anyway, and Corey Davis was his too. Now he has Julio Jones on the other side. I don't know who's one and who's two. That's how dominant them boys are.
You just got to pray.
You just got to pray. Hey, man, I hope the turf monster catch him, because that's the only thing stopping A.J. Brown this year.
You don't want the turf monster to catch him at all. I can tell you that right now. Yo, I think someone said the over-under on Vikings wins was like 9.
9.5.
I'll take that. I'm gonna take the under on that one, by the way.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the NFC North real soon, because that's home of your Packers. Yeah, we're gonna get to the NFC North soon. Don't worry.
Let's wait. Let's do that division maybe towards the end, because
you need to see some things play out.
I need to see some things play out, man. I think Walt doesn't play because he chooses to never play for the Texans again.
Cal, you are right, and that leads to conspiracy number. It's not even a conspiracy. This is prediction number 2 of the NFL season. This time next year, Deshaun Watson will be either a Philadelphia Eagle or a New York Giant or Miami Dolphin. One of those 3 teams will trade for Deshaun Watson.
Where are you getting this stuff?
Well, first of all, Adam Schefter, lots of reporters have linked Deshaun to Philadelphia. Howie Roseman is going to jump at the chance to get Deshaun Watson when he becomes available.
Okay.
And the Eagles, the Giants, and the Dolphins are the only 3 teams that have the ammo to get him. The Eagles are going to have 3 first-round picks next year, especially if you're saying the Colts are going to be decent. Because Carson just has to play 70% of the snaps and make the playoffs, or I think play 75% of the total snaps, and the Eagles get their first-round picks. So they're going to have their first-round pick. They're going to have the Colts' first-round pick. And who else first-round pick do we have? What's the other first-round pick the Eagles have? I done forgot already.
So my last question, and we can leave the NFL talk at this. Where in the playoffs do you have the Titans ranked? What seed do you think they'll go into the playoffs at?
What seed? Let me check. I have them as the number 2 seed.
Okay. So you have them playing opening weekend.
Yeah, I have them. It's 7 teams in the playoffs, so 2 play 6. I have them playing the Ravens.
Okay. Interesting. I have them on bye that week.
Oh, so they're the 1 seed for you.
Yeah. I don't think, as I'm looking at some of these division, we'll talk about it off air, but I'm like, they're going to be the 1 seed, but then again, I'm like, it's football,
And it's the Dolphins.
The Panthers will be aggressive as well. Yeah. Add Broncos to that. I think those are the 4 most likely scenarios for Watson to play. Okay.
I don't think the Texans trade him to a team in the AFC. That's not happening. He's going to the
he'll definitely be in the NFC, the conference of dogs.
The conference he's going to the NFC East. He's either going to be a Giant or an Eagle. Those are the only 2 teams that have 3 first-round picks.
When he becomes a Washington football team quarterback,
they ain't got the juice. They ain't got the juice for that. He'll be an Eagle this time next year. Howie Roseman not letting that one go. He'll be an Eagle.
We'll see. That'd be something scary for the rest of the division, though.
It'll be scary if he's a Giant.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You're not going. I just remembered the Eagles are your team. See, didn't we just talk about this?
But dead ass. Like there have been lots of reports that Howie is going to move heaven and earth to get Deshaun.
To get away scot-free. And I almost forgot the Eagles were his team. He over here trying to sell me in on his propaganda. You know what?
The Maverick stuff is propaganda, absolutely. But this is not. This is rooted in facts.
Give me Watson to the Giants tomorrow, straight up for Danny Dimes.
Oh God! Just go jump in front of a truck on the freeway. Who the hell wants Daniel Jones as their starting? We're not talking about the NFC tonight, but who want Daniel Jones as the start? And we talk about the NFC. I'm gonna talk about Daniel Jones.
There's some people.
Nah. All right. I think that's enough football for tonight. I have, with your permission, Los, I have one more thing I want to talk about.
Floor is yours, my brother. Speak to him. Speak on.
Anyone who is a wrestling fan knows that Money in the Bank Sunday night was the first live WWE event since COVID started. There was a live audience. It was cool. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I got a chance to read and see some stuff on Twitter. For those who don't know, John Cena came back. Edge had a match. And then last night on Monday Night Raw, Goldberg came back and he challenged Bobby Lashley for the belt. And John Cena is going to get a title shot at Roman Reigns for the SmackDown Championship at SummerSlam. And I'm here to say I am sick and tired of all these old-ass wrestlers coming back, stealing the shine from this young talent. I don't care. Goldberg is 54 years old. He has no reason. He has no right, nothing. I don't care if he sells. Goldberg should never sniff another title run ever again. John Cena kind of gets a pass because the streets still love John Cena, but for real, John Cena old too. Edge, go home. You old and washed. Jeff Hardy came out last night and was sacrificed in 5 minutes. No. Take y'all old asses home, come back for the Rumble, get your little pop, and then get thrown out of the ring by Big E like you're supposed to.
So is the Roman Reigns and John Cena fight confirmed for SummerSlam?
I think John Cena came out last night and pretty much said, I want Roman at Summer. John Cena is not going to come back and not get a shot at the belt. That's a waste of his time. Okay.
I might have to get my Peacock pause game on. I got the app. I've been kind of upset with WWE ever since they took the WWE Network down in the US. I was a faithful subscriber for 7 years. But I will say the 60-time champ. I will say there are certain older wrestlers I'm happy John Cena is one of them. Honestly, I like Edge, man. Why you hate Rated R Superstar?
Oh, Edge is 40. Edge is not even 40. Edge is 60. Go home, dog. Go home with Beth Phoenix.
What John Cena did. They was in their primes wrestling each other.
But John Cena has been gone John Cena has been gone for 5 years.
Edge was gone too.
Go home, Edge. Edge doesn't carry the same weight as John Cena.
I gotta disagree on some. I'm agreeing that some older wrestlers they need to go ahead and hang it, but there's some other ones I think we can still the world still wants to hear.
How many good matches you think Edge got left in him?
10.
10?
10.
How many good matches do you think John Cena has left in him?
7.
7? Come on, dog. I'd say Edge has one good match left in him, and he left it already. I think John Cena got another 2 years left in him.
Oh, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Goldberg has none. Goldberg hasn't had a good match since WCW. And that goes for Brock Lesnar, too. Get him the hell out of here, too. I don't ever want to see Brock Lesnar wobble to the ring ever again.
Brock run?
Hell no.
I don't know.
Hell no. I don't want to see Brock Lesnar German suplex someone for 5 minutes. No. Hell no. Keep Brock Lesnar away from wrestling forever. Hell no. You know what's great about Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels knew when it was time to go home. And that's why we remember Shawn so fondly. Because Shawn said, hey, dog, I'm old. It's time for me to go home. And he at home.
Chris Jericho's still going, so.
Chris Jericho's still good at his job. Chris Jericho's still good at selling the crowd. Like, he can work a crowd.
Speak on it. Speak on it, my brother.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's why I really don't watch wrestling anymore.
Speak on it. Sports and non-sports alike. You damn right.
That's right.
Damn right. You know what else you should speak on? Fellas, before you send her money for her nails, make sure you take some of that nail money, invest it in yourself. Go get you that mani, that petty with the clear gloss, if that's what you want.
You got your nails. You got a mani and petty. It feels great. I've gotten them before too.
Man, that John had me talking and feeling different. I had never had someone who just fondled my hands in that way.
All right.
The way she just grasps my hands with such finesse and entanglement. Man, don't get me started. That's all. That's what I'm gonna speak on.
You don't have any stories for us tonight?
Hey man, let's just say you can't play with nothing if your hands ain't got the mani patty. You can't play hoops, and you damn sure can't score in the basket either.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us tonight. That was Speak On episode 23. I'm your host, Danny Ocean. Los, let's say goodbye to the people.
Holla at me on socials, people, at Losdeemix. Your boy will holler back. You dig? Hey, make sure you speak on it, because if it ain't been spoken on, they can't say you spoke on it.
Peace.